going on, everybody? It's your boy CJ.
And it's your boy Tim.
Welcome to the Say It Loud podcast. Say it loud.
Black and proud.
We back.
We back,
in
y'all.
this piece.
We are back up in the place.
Yes, back in the place to be.
As we proceed.
Yes, indeed.
To give you what you need.
You know, I was thinking, okay, I don't want to be no biters, you know what I mean? But I be wanting to do intros.
Yeah.
Like, Damn Internet You Scary, how they be changing up. But I don't want to do that because that's their thing.
Right.
But dang, man, I feel like we gotta figure out an intro.
Yeah, we gotta do
we
something.
have the opening little sequence.
Yeah.
And it just comes in us talking. I figure like we should add something there. Hey, if you guys have any suggestions, what we should do as intros.
Yeah, we would love to hear from y'all, man.
For real. I would really love to hear from y'all. I see y'all watching, but y'all don't really be talking to us.
I'm saying y'all don't be commenting or nothing, y'all.
Nah,
like y'all need to
man.
put some stuff in the comments, y'all.
Please, y'all, we trying to do this. We would love to talk to y'all. We just need y'all to talk to us.
I'm saying, man, what's up? We here.
You know? We got a few things on the docket on today.
It's a mess. Literally and figuratively a mess.
Let's just start right at the top.
Wee.
Y'all, if you haven't heard, there is a pastor. I was about to call him an online pastor, but a pastor.
The pastor, Michael Todd.
Mike Todd. I don't know very much about him, but he is hot in the news as of late.
Yeah.
If you haven't seen it, he took doing visual examples in church to a new level. He was talking about when Jesus spit and made mud and put it on the blind man and he could see. And his demonstration was hawking 2 loogies into his own hand. Not mixing it with which is the other thing. They say Jesus made mud, which means he used dirt as well. But
no,
this man just used his loogies.
He hawked not once but twice 2 whole loogies into his hand.
Anyway, another thing, he hawked 1 loogie and then he proceeded to keep preaching. Just held this loogie spit in his hand, and then another one to add to the.
But dude stood there. It didn't flinch.
That's because
he didn't say nothing.
They already had the conversation prior to, so
I don't care, bro.
Well, he
like,
wouldn't have been up there if he did care. So.
Oh gosh, look. Okay, here's my point.
Oh wait, let me finish. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, go ahead.
He hawks these loogies into his hands.
Right.
He rubs them around.
Right.
And he slaps. He doesn't slap him, but he rubs both sides of this man's face. Rubs his hand in the spit one time, rubs one side of this man's face, put his hand back in the spit, and rub the other side of this man's face. And if you watch the video, which we're not going to show because it's gross.
Yeah, it's
but if you watch the video, after he does that, the dude takes his hand and puts it to his mouth and peels something off or out or spit or something. And I was like, Lord, it would have been a fight up in the pulpit.
On the pulpit, we would have been scrapping.
Oh, my gosh.
Look,
so disgusting.
Look. Let me tell you something. First of all, gross. Second of all, we are in the middle of a whole panoramic.
You see Pandora outside?
Right, we are in the middle of a whole Pandose, and y'all up here wiping spit on people,
bro.
Look, okay,
and
look.
It was spit with substance.
It was solid spit. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't just drooly, like thin. You could kind of get away with.
No, bro.
But this is loogie back from the back of your sinuses, mucus.
I mean, the man's mic'd, so when he hawked it, it sounded like all of that, and I was like, yo.
How do you think? Oh, I wonder, like, how it felt to be in that church at that time and be like.
You could hear it because the people was like, hey now. But then, what's wrong with church people? Is you get up in there, and the problem is, okay, wait, I'm finna branch off, and I'm trying to keep it.
Speak on it, brother.
I'm gonna try to keep my point straight because I got a lot of different things my mind's going. But when somebody preaching,
amen.
The church be like, preach on, take your time, do all of this, and I'll be like, y'all. Don't encourage what's happening.
No.
Pay attention.
No, yeah.
Because if you were paying attention, you wouldn't encourage this.
That's just disgusting.
Okay? I am a firm believer in having visual examples. You understand? Because I do think that it can help. But I think there's some things that you don't need to, show, like hawking a loogie on somebody's face.
Hell no. Look, let me tell you something. I have done my fair share of preaching. Okay. Mm-hmm. Now, I've used some visual aids. I've used like something physical to kind of, like a prop or something. And I've seen where other pastors have tried and failed, because we've seen the fails of using like props and visual aids to get their point across, get their message across. That's all well and good, but there's a fine line between demonstration of God's word and yuck.
That's gross.
And this crossed that line twice.
Yeah. and
you feel me?
It's, again,
no.
Because you're not God. See, you can use some type of visual example to explain something.
Right.
But you can't explain the miracle. You can't reproduce the miracle.
Yeah, no, you cannot.
So why go through the physical actions that miracle took? And that's another thing to think about.
Uh-huh.
Is we'll read the Bible and we'll read these stories and we'll be like, oh, that was old times. This would happen. Okay. Think about how gross it was then. Yeah. As well. Because something you never hear in the church, you never hear the pastors or anybody talking about, is Jesus was still a dude.
Yeah.
Who had to walk everywhere just like everybody else.
Yeah.
Were toothbrushes a thing back in that day?
No.
Serious question.
Yeah. I don't think hygiene or germs or anything like that was on their high priority list back in the Bible days.
I'm saying.
So that's probably why he got away with it. You know what I'm saying? But now
that's actually a good key, because everybody was.
I mean, you imagine you in that crowd and you see Jesus spit into the ground and form the mud up. They don't see the spit no more. It's just mud now.
That's
so
true.
They're like, okay, well, it's mud. He spit, but it's mud. But this was just spit in hand.
Yeah, and
spit hand to face. So
and we have hygiene and stuff.
Right.
So.
And we're in the middle of a pan dulce.
Yeah, I don't get that.
Corona, Omicron, Amarion out here.
Why would you do that? And two, why would you let that be done?
No, I'm saying, what have you got?
I want to know what the conversation between him, because I think that was his brother.
Yeah.
I want to know what that conversation was. He's like, God said this is what I got to do at church, and he said that you're supposed to help me with this. Let me tell you something.
Oh,
hey,
I got a good point.
Hey,
Go ahead.
Josh, you my brother. Hey, man, but let me tell you something. You come to me with that request, I'm going to look at you and say, nigga, what? Man, back up. Go sit down.
Church. Here's the thing. Church folks got a bad habit of making people do what they want to do by saying God said at the beginning. They'll
oh, Lord, we finna go somewhere on this podcast right now.
Oh, yeah. No, they'll say, God told me to tell you.
I'm telling you.
Quit your job.
God told me to tell you.
Excuse me?
Okay. This...
Let's go there.
Okay.
Let's go there.
I have a problem with this whole God told me to tell you thing, because here's the thing. I do believe that God tells people to tell you stuff.
Okay.
I get that.
Right.
And this is I guess just my personal problem, is that the people that be coming and telling you whatever God told them to tell you, for some reason, a lot of times that person coming to tell you whatever you're supposed to do ends up benefiting that in particular person for some reason.
Exactly.
I mean, like, really?
Did
God really tell you to tell me to do something that's going to benefit you in the end of all this? So this is your story, not mine. Like, what are we talking about here?
It's ridiculous.
But, again, I also do believe that's a real thing. So
right.
I hate that people take advantage.
Yeah, no, yeah. They'll definitely take advantage of it.
I don't like that.
And here's the thing, like...
Prophet
lying, yep. And here's the thing about that, though. Like, God does speak to people, but you have to be in tune with God so deep you can know his voice. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? I may be a little preachy right now, but...
We here.
I'm going to break it down.
Like a fraction.
I'm going to break it down. Like a fraction.
It is.
So, God will speak to you. But you have to have your ear open to God. You have to be living your life a certain way.
Yes.
You have to not partake in certain things so you can hear the voice of God clearly. You know what I'm saying? That's not to say that every person that comes up to you say, God told me to tell you. You can't believe everything you hear from other people. Like if you hear it from God and you know down in your knower that in your knower. Yeah, and you know down in your knower. That's a churchy term. That is a very, very churchy term. I've heard it so many times.
I've never heard that in my life.
Oh yeah, I've heard it a lot of times. If you heard it down, if you know that that's God's voice, and you heard it, right? You heard it out of nowhere, but you got some Tom, Dick, and Harry preacher coming up to you and say, "God told me to bless you. God told me to tell you."
I was gonna say, if God told you to bless me, then hey, all right. But
no, here's how He gonna bless you. You're gonna quit your job tomorrow, and you're gonna sow a seed in this church of $500.
I don't like that either. I don't like that sowing seed stuff. I don't like it. And it's a long running joke in the black church. But Steve Harvey said it the best in Kings of Comedy. He said, "Ain't put a doorknob on the building."
Not a doorknob on the building.
Like, hey man, I ain't with the building.
And they're probably gonna come for me, but because I've been on that side of the fence before.
You know what I'm
saying? So,
listen, and my thing, well, we talk about okay, because I'm a church boy for real, but church people,
yeah.
Boy,
it's not all people.
Oh,
either.
Absolutely not.
It's just those that are just greedy and just using the church to like make money and build up their status. That's the people I really don't fool with. Yeah. You can tell you can tell the difference too. You know what I'm saying? You can definitely tell the difference.
I just don't. I never understood church drama. I never understood it because I always had. Just like in my mind, we're here to praise God and for His Holy Spirit to come and for us to, be joyful. Mm-hmm. But a lot of the times when you go into church, people already got a stank face for whatever's going on. Mm-hmm. And it's like you're supposed to be setting the atmosphere, but what are you setting it for? And it just seems like after a while, that was a lot of time going to church as you go in and we're going through the motions. I was part of the music team. So we do our thing and we try our best to usher the Lord in. But sometimes the church business going out just a little bit. But, there was a time we were fighting in the back of the vestibule with the pastor. The music people in the back. We going at it. And it's like, yo, what is this all for? And, a lot of it came down to because I said so type stuff. And again, I know when you're in the church and pastor's ahead, but that don't mean that nigga right. Right. That don't mean that nigga can't be called on his stuff. But then sometimes that means you just need to leave. And the power struggle within the church's organization, quote unquote, is real. Yeah. It is real. And church gossip be the deepest gossip that you can get. The sweetest tea you can find be from the church gossip. Sweetest tea. She didn't say that, but that's what I'm saying. And I'm just one more time. And I don't like when pastors be getting buck about stuff like this is the head, like this is my church. Look, I don't mind if you do that. Fine. This is my church, my way or the highway type stuff. Fine. But the audacity of the pastors that do that, but then it comes out you've been stealing from this bitch the whole time. I don't like that. I shouldn't say that. Sorry. Stealing from the church the whole time. That's real frustration right there, bro. But it's like, who are you talking to? You trying to talk to me like I don't know what's going on? I've been seeing it, but you gonna say something because I'm calling it out? Yeah. And it's a big thing, but now that the people who were supposed to know done got involved and you look stupid, well, guess what? I'm gone, nigga, because I ain't got time. Ooh, that's some church hurt right there. Yeah. Well, it's that church. Yeah. I am grown enough to know there's case by case. No, that's definitely case by case. With that, I love church. I really do. Right. But I have some experiences in church too. No, I'm with you on that too. And with that being said,
You don't have to go extreme on your visual aids, pastors, and ministers.
Please don't.
Just give the word as it is.
You see one where they tried to use the Jesus coming in on a crane or something, and the thing broke. Stop doing that.
My gosh. Or when dude tried to jump over the chair and bit it real hard. You don't have to do all that.
You don't.
You don't have to do all of that.
And
all
now
that
you just
acrobatics.
live on the
internet. Now you're forever on the internet. Now you will forever be known as the spitting pastor.
Yep.
You will forever. That will never go away.
And it was funny because I was watching Kev on stage talk about it, and that's his friend. And so he tried to tread lightly on stuff.
Right.
I don't even know why you need to tread lightly. You can say that's gross.
Yeah. Yeah,
whether it's your friend or not.
I'm gonna let you know straight. I don't care if you partners. I don't care if we go back to elementary school. If you do something that's gross, I'm gonna tell you shit's gross.
It's like it don't matter who you are. That's
for
gross.
real. For
if I
real.
saw my mom do something, I was like, ugh, mom, yuck.
Right.
Gross.
Right. Speaking. Since we're in the church vein right now. Speaking of churches, you had asked me a question earlier. You said, why does the church treat drag queens differently than Medea?
Yeah.
Because in all essence, Medea is a drag queen. It's a man dressed up as a woman.
Yes.
In all essence.
Mm-hmm. And yeah, so I asked this question because a lot of thoughts came to mind. I mean, just because, yes, growing up in church and doing that, depending on which church, which denomination, the pastor, because some churches teach different things. But, when you get towards the drag and LGBT, all that stuff, beliefs and all that stuff start to go differently. So I've definitely, again, being in the church, seen the disapproval of situations such as drag queens, which is what we're specifically talking about. But also being a church boy, I have been to Tyler Perry shows live. Medea's Clash Reunion, hilarious live. But that's his crowd, church folks. But that is a drag queen. Now, I think in my mind, when church folks think of drag queens, they think of like Moulin Rouge. What's that movie, Moulin Rouge? Patrick Swayze and
no, it's
Tu Wong Fu.
Tu Wong Fu. Hold on, since he brought up Tu Wong Fu,
that's the first movie that comes to mind when I say drag queen.
All right, look. The first movie that comes to my mind is Birdcage. It's super hilarious, but here,
really,
that's the first movie I think about when I think about drag queens. It's the Birdcage with Robin Williams.
That's like the third Robin Williams movie that comes to mind.
Okay, look, Tu Wong Fu. Look, with the exception of Wesley Snipes, them other two, Patrick Swayze and John Leguizamo.
Oh, John Leguizamo, that's right.
They would fool the average nigga when it comes to if they went out like if they were.
Wait, are you saying this because
listen. No, Wesley's a masculine man in the face. He got that jawline. He's fresh blade. You know what I'm saying? So okay, that's Wesley. He in a dress, but that's Wesley. But if you didn't know Patrick Swayze and Patrick Swayze walked up right now,
how tall is Patrick Swayze?
He's like 6 foot something.
Nope, I'd immediately say that's a dude.
Yeah, you would immediately say it was a dude?
Well, okay, I'm thinking Patrick Swayze's face now. Then, I don't know.
Okay, so if Patrick Swayze from Tu Wong Fu walked up out in a mall somewhere up to the average nigga and was spitting game at him.
I gotta see. I don't know.
You fool the average nigga, bro. I'm telling you.
But I think so. I think when church folks think drag queen,
right,
they automatically think gay and doing those
that's it too. I think that's it. They box up drag queens in with LGBTQ community, and that's wrong because I know straight dudes who dress in drag, and they're straight as a board. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So it's not that. It's not always that, you know what I'm saying? 9 times out of 10 it may be, but those few times it's not that.
Yeah. I just think it's interesting again because at that point then it's just about how they are presenting themselves.
Right.
Because then it's like I don't see the big deal.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
I don't either.
But it's just a weird thing. Again, church folks talking about that sin, this that.
Yeah.
When it comes to it, but I'm like, but y'all made Tyler Perry, and I'm not gonna say y'all, but we as church people, like put Tyler up there for this exact thing.
Right.
So I don't know.
Now here's.
Okay, I need to see this too.
Yeah, look at Patrick Swayze from Tu Wong Fu, and then tell me that if he walked into the mall right now, he wouldn't fool the average nigga. And look at John Leguizamo too. Tell me.
Okay, Patrick
please tell
Swayze
me.
looks like he should have been in Thelma and Louise.
Okay.
Like he looks like a middle-aged white woman.
Okay. So, now look at John Leguizamo.
See, but especially John Leguizamo and I almost called him Tupac and Wesley. I know their faces, so even looking at them, I'm like, no. Why they got see? I don't know if y'all can see this picture. Maybe I'll put it in there. This is the dumb picture of Wesley Snipes. That's what I was going to ask. So picture. You think this was some Illuminati stuff? Because you know how they say that you got to be in the dresses, all the. They had three for one. What you think?
Oh, I don't even know, dog.
Because the rumor has it is you only got to get in the dress one time.
But here's the thing, though. Like, if you do that, according to what we've know from the Illuminati and what we've seen from other like artists and actors, right after you put the dress on, that's when your career goes. Pew, and their career kind of just. I mean, Wesley Snipes went to jail.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I don't honestly don't think that's an Illuminati like ritual thing, but that is the whole men in the dress thing. That's definitely real.
Well, wait, hold on. Before we jump off and just talk about men in dress, but what if there's no guarantee you gonna pop, but they was like, we gonna open the doors? Because I'm trying to figure out why. Because the movie wasn't even funny.
No, the Illuminati is they'll want who they want, like in the limelight. You know what I'm saying? So it's not I think it's so much as if I can't guarantee you that you'll be this and such famous if you put a dress on. You know what I'm saying? I think they just.
Well, so then what was Brandon T. Jackson talking about? Because he said ever since he put the dress on, everything went bad for him in Big Mama's House 3. Yeah. I think his problem was he did Big Mama's House 3.
Because they didn't want him up in the upper echelon of celebrities. He wasn't all like that. They just figured, they put him in a dress, but we ain't gonna put him up there like that.
I don't know if I don't know. I know when I saw Kevin Hart in a dress on SNL,
yeah,
it wasn't funny.
No,
I was like, this is dumb.
Right, it wasn't funny at all. But after that,
wait, what year was that?
That was.
Because now we might be able to do a paper trail.
Paper trail. Hold on.
Kevin Hart, SNL, dress.
Dude, we both just typed the same thing in Google.
When was this? I need dates, people. Copyright. I don't know.
Okay, that was in 2013.
13?
March 2013 was when he did it on YouTube on SNL.
All right, now the question is, what movies did he
Let
have
Me Explain
after
came out.
that?
Let Me Explain came out in June.
Let Me Explain.
Hold on, let me double check.
Was that the one at Madison Square Garden?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that one was big.
Oh, it's 2013.
That's what he said. Let me get fire on these bitches.
Mm-hmm. 2013. Let's see. Give me July 3rd, 2013. So if the SNL skit was in March, right after that, Let Me Explain, that's sold out the Garden.
Twice. You know?
Bro, there's got to be some.
What do you think? You think Cat Williams is crazy?
Nope.
Or
Cat Williams not crazy.
Okay, because you know what? When he was on whatever radio show that was where he kind of clowned Wanda, I think her name was, they wasn't really going back and forth. He just killed her on air.
We talked about her hair?
Yeah, man. Baked her like chicken.
That was classic. That was funny as a mug.
But you think about that, when that happened, and I think it was in that interview, or maybe it was a different one, but when he was going at Tiffany Haddish about the whole.
Yeah.
And at that point, Kevin had enough, and they went up to the Breakfast Club. And and Kevin went off.
That's different. That's
But what Kevin
different.
said though, Kevin was like, "Nah, you had the chance and you chose drugs and da 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 da."
Right.
Which Cat was saying, "Nah, you getting did in the booty because Illuminati. That's why."
Okay.
So where you at with it?
Here's the thing.
Is Cat on drugs or is they getting Illuminati?
No, it's not. I think that particular instance has nothing to do with the Illuminati. I honestly think that Cat Williams messed that up himself, and he was just hating on Kevin Hart. I guess that's what I think. But I don't think that had anything to do with the Illuminati. Although I do think that because we don't know for me personally, I don't know for sure whether or not the Illuminati is real like that. But if it is, I think they definitely had a hand in Kevin Hart's success because he blew up.
Yes. See, but that's the thing about when you blow up. Like if you're talented versus not, because Kevin is genuinely funny to me.
Right.
So I would expect that blow up.
Right.
Cat Williams too. He is funny to me, so I expected that blow up. Island Boys, not.
No.
Not.
That's just novelty.
You know.
That's novelty.
With that kind of blow up, it's like, why is that happening?
Yeah, because we allow it.
Soldier Boy, you could say I will lean in on work ethic for Soldier Boy because he is not musically talented. I don't care.
Right, but
he is not on beat.
His hustle.
But his hustle though.
Yeah.
So when you ask like. But for the people who don't know his hustle, who just know his music, I would say, why is that happening? Because his music sucks, but his hustle's good.
Right.
But his music sucks. Now Kevin was genuinely funny, and his hustle's amazing. So I don't. It's hard for me to say he had some sort of, back end Illuminati push, especially when there's people who ain't got talent that are. Hot. Like now, I would expect Illuminati push from them.
Yeah. But if I with me, I feel that with music specifically, back in the day, like early, like in the 90s and 80s, and even down back to the 60s, you can make a whole living just off of music alone. You know what I'm saying? But now, music is just a foot in the door.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Like you can make one song, put it on YouTube, and get all these millions of views, and be like, oh, record companies all see that, oh, this one song is blowing up. Let's see if we can get them into a record deal. So that artist gets a record deal. The album sucks, but it still sells because it's off the strength of that one song.
They'll never even do an album. What they'll do is they'll sign them to a record deal, but they'll basically just push that song more. And if something else pops, but no, they give them a chunk of money for that song, and they basically buy that song off the artist and put it everywhere. Right,
absolutely. So what happens then is they get so far into music, like, I want to do something else now. I want to start acting, or I want to start maybe producing my own songs. Maybe going to behind the scenes. You know what I'm saying? Or do fashion, that's huge amongst musical artists, what I'm saying, fashion. So they'll take the music and just get famous just off of that. Like, let me get to one good album or one good single, just so I can get my name out there. Then I'll start branching into other stuff. Because Kevin Hart, he did the same thing, but with comedy. He started doing Def Jam and Comic View, and then he did SNL skits and all of that. And then after that, it's like,
oh yeah, he made a whole checklist of things to go through.
All these specials. He did The Garden twice, sold out. He did all these comedy specials, and then he started doing movies, and he started doing, other stuff. You know what I'm saying? He has his own production company now. You know what I'm saying? So, but back in the day, you could actually have a whole career and just be a rapper or just be a singer. Just that's it.
When people bought an album.
Right. When they bought an album. You remember buying albums?
Yeah.
What was the last album you bought? Physically?
It was at a live show, but I bought. Oh well, no, because I buy records, so I don't know if that counts. But you mean from an artist today? Like I went to see Ruben Studdard at Jazz Alley, and he had just released. He did a cover album of a bunch of Luther Vandross stuff. I bought that. It was a CD. I bought it. I buy it. Well, I mean I don't buy albums all the time. I can download,
Here's the last album I remember.
And you're talking buying, physical hard copy, right?
Yeah, a physical hard copy. The last album I bought, and I'm ashamed to even say this because the album was trash, and I love LL Cool J to death. He's in my top 5.
I already told you.
But that James Todd Smith album, the one we have that single with J-Lo.
Don't know it.
Trash.
Good. I know.
Trash.
I don't know it, but I know it's trash.
I remember I worked at Target and I bought that on my lunch break because I was like, oh, that album's out. Let me grab it real quick. That's the last physical CD album I bought. But let me
hated it that much, huh?
Yeah. But let me ask you this though. This is a good question.
Okay.
Do you think because I've heard I saw this video. This guy I forgot his name, but he was saying that we don't deserve the amount of music that we get from streaming services paying the amount that we pay. So, for instance, Spotify is what, $10, $15? Like for like a premium membership, like $15. So figure $15.
I'm LeBron James with it. I'm not paying for it.
But here's the thing. You pay $15, you get all the music from every genre.
Does that include Tidal?
But no, I'm just talking about just one streaming service.
Oh, okay.
Tidal's the same way. Like you got Tidal, Spotify.
You get
like I'm just the concept. You know what I'm saying? Like you pay $15 for some streaming, and you get all the music that's ever been made from your favorite artists from every genre of every decade. Like, what do you think? Do you think that's fair, or do you think should we pay more, or should we even have streaming services, or like what do you think?
I think that the streaming service took over the physical stores and all that stuff. But the thing about it is there are too many ways to listen to the music for free.
Right.
There's too many ways. So for the ways that are set up to still be able for the artist or whoever to make money, I would say exploit it best you can. If $15 a month is the way you feel you can still get them in the door and have them stay, charge the $15 because whether you charge them or not, they're going to hear that music somewhere.
Right.
YouTube is a very, or even Amazon, well, I pay for streaming services, but like YouTube is a very easy place to the whole Silk Sonic album. Just listen on YouTube for absolutely free.
All right. Okay.
You know,
right.
So I'm saying if the places get these streaming services and people are still willing to pay, that's why they're giving you so much. It's like you can get it for free. So listen to my pitch. I'm gonna give you everything. You ain't gotta even search. Everything comes in this package, just $15.
But $15 though?
Okay.
For you listen to every Michael Jackson album, every Prince album,
I don't want to
every
listen to
Stevie
every
Wonder
Michael
album.
Jackson
I do. I do
You're
want to.
lying to yourself.
I do on a daily.
You know how I know? Because I be getting in moods where I want to hear this artist, and I'll pull up their discography,
right?
And I'll be like, start at the beginning, and I'll be like, the beginning was kind of trash. And skip this album.
Okay, yeah, but
but right there you've killed. I did everything. No, you don't, because you don't even want that.
Okay,
You're
but
lying.
All right, but look, but that's the thing though. Like, you have that choice. You have at the power
for that choice.
Yeah, you pay $15 whole. That's not even
not a bad price.
It's not even a full tank of gas. But you get every genre of music. But look, but that's every genre of music from every decade. Like that seems like a little like unfair to me. Like
unfair to who? The artist?
No, to the. I mean, yeah,
if
because
it's going to be unfair to somebody, it's got to be unfair to the artist who wrote the music. You're not going to convince me that, let's just say, Spotify, nothing against you, you're just the first name that came up. Let's say Spotify is offering this deal.
Right.
I'm not going to look at Spotify and be like, man, you guys must be losing money. You guys should probably do something as a company. No. Because they probably own all the rights to that stuff anyway. So they're getting, every time you play it, regardless of where you play it, they're getting paid.
Right.
They're just trying to figure out another way to get paid. I'd be concerned about the artist whose music it is.
Right.
Because their royalties are going to go down if you're in a bundle deal.
Okay.
So that would be my concern. But fuck the company.
but would an artist make more money if their music was physically bought as opposed to streamed?
Well, I don't know. It depends on how they're set up. I mean, let's say Soulja Boy or Gucci or some of those people who are legit independent, have their own distribution things. They're gonna make more because that's them 100% around. But if you have like a record deal. It don't matter. They're going to take all that money anyway. You're not going to make nothing off record sales.
That's very true.
Because if you get it's funny, I was listening to the other day. If you get a record deal and you get a $10 million advance, all right, you get that $10 million, then they're going to minus the taxes or whatever. You will not get paid again until you give them their money back.
Right.
They like, I ain't received a check from that initial check. You owe us. This is a business.
Right.
We just gave you $10 million. I don't give a damn about taxes. You give me $10 million back.
Right.
So if you're in that kind of deal, and especially when you were doing physical albums, when they had the Sam Goodies and all these stores, there was a reason. It was like, we gave you $1 million, but you got to pay for all these records that are going out. That's why now it don't make sense to have a record deal, because there are no physical copies. Yet they're still slicing the record deals like that. You owe us for distribution of what? Putting it on the website? I can't create my own website then.
Right.
Boom.
Yeah, very true. 10 CDs for the penny. Remember that? 10 CDs for a penny. You have you ever done that? You can't tell me you've never done that.
I've always filled out the thing in the magazine. I never sent it in. Right On magazine. Oh, you remember Right On?
Right On magazine. That was.
I would take the pictures out. I'd hang them on the wall like, man, I need that outfit. I'm trying to be cool.
No,
like that.
My sister, she was notorious for having them magazine covers and posters on her wall and shit. Like my sister had all them joints, bro. I'm telling you.
You know what? I don't know where we're at on the time. This had stopped, or the video had stopped, but last time it said it stopped, it didn't stop. So I don't know. But there's no timer on it.
Oh, okay.
There's no timer here, and I didn't do a timer here, so I really don't know how long this episode is. Let's just we can keep going through.
Yeah.
We can go till 1,000.
Yeah, we can
and Megan's on her way too.
Okay, yeah, we'll edit that. We'll edit all this
out. Drag Queens Medea. Okay, 8 Mile Hood movie. Let's go to who's good on the song hook.
Oh yeah.
Or do you want to do the
remakes?
Okay.
Okay. What do you think is the to you, in your opinion?
Yes.
What do you think? What is your top 3 best R&B remakes?
R&B remakes.
Yeah, a remake, a R&B song that was a cover.
So a cover song.
Yeah, cover
basically.
song. Yeah.
Okay. So I got 3, but I don't know if they're my top 3. These are just the ones I could think of.
Right.
So before I say them though, I just want to say that I found out today that Otis Redding wrote and performed "Respect," the version that Aretha Franklin does, or that song.
Yeah.
I thought that was an Aretha Franklin original. I mean, she had sang it with such stank.
Right.
I mean, she wasn't playing.
Right.
She wanted that spec.
Man, that respect. Respect.
But I found out that was Otis Redding, and then I listened to him do it, and I was like, huh. I hate that was my reaction, but I didn't like it.
Right, because it's Otis Redding. You know what I'm saying? You hear that?
It was a video, too, so he was walking back and forth on the stage, and it was weird. I've never seen videos of Otis Redding performing. I hear his voice, but I watched him, and I was like, I don't know if I like his live concert if I went back in the day. Because he walked like he knew he needed to use the stage, but he wasn't sure what he was going to do when he got to wherever he was going type thing. It was...
Speaking of Otis Redding.
Yes.
Do you think Chris Brown's version of Try a Little Tenderness on that movie was better than Otis Redding's version? That just came to me just now. And I was thinking like...
I didn't even think about that one. That might go on my list. Okay. Here's what's messed up, and I
got him, y'all. I don't stump him all the time, but I got him once in a while.
Stumped. All right, look at it. Here's my thing: and I have this with a lot of songs. I be liking the instrumentation of one song, but the voice of the other song. I can't remember the instrumentation on Otis's version. But I can say that I like Chris Brown's voice. Yeah. Better than Otis's.
This was back when he was still, a little bit innocent.
I'm telling you, yeah, back when Chris got that smooth where he just transitions throughout the notes just flawlessly. And when he did that song, I was like, yes, young man. Yes.
Right.
It was just, you get it.
I felt that. I'm sorry. I watched that movie and I watched that part when he was singing that song.
Well, but I'll say this. I didn't like his acting when he was singing it. His
Oh,
lip
no.
sync.
Yeah.
When he had his jacket half off.
Yeah.
I was like, all right.
Okay, one quick point about Chris Brown before we get back to the remakes, because I want to get this out before I forget about it.
Yes.
Do you think his career would be A, better, or B, worse, or C, about the same if the drama with Rihanna never happened?
It'd be better.
Like, do you think he's famous, but like, you think he's where he is right now? Like, because everyone loves a good redemption story.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna say he beat up Rihanna because there's two sides to every story. They fought in the car.
Three sides.
Her
side, his side, and the truth. Nobody in that situation is gonna tell you the full truth.
I hate you. Okay, so that happened. He went to counseling or whatever, anger management, all that, did his community service and all of that. And then had kids. He cried on TV, said he's sorry, did the whole documentary thing, and then now he's back in the limelight again. Because everyone loves a good redemption story, right?
Yeah.
So, do you think his career would have been like the same as it is now, or worse or better if the Rihanna thing never happened?
He would have been better. And I say that, he had his redemption thing. But that redemption took a long time. That was not a one-step process. It wasn't a 1-year process. I mean, that man was the king of mixtapes.
Right, but I didn't even see any women like not supporting him in between that time either.
Nah, but at that point, on the level he was at when that happened, support from just women or people like, yo, we got your back, Chris. It don't matter. Once them corporations, because you got to understand, that man had Bubblicious gum, whatever that gum, he had them as a sponsor. He had two more like really big corporate, I want to say Pepsi, and corporate sponsors. And this happened, and they was like, little black man, run along.
Right.
That's different than, the lady support. Nah, man, that hit him, and it knocked him down.
Right.
To notches where he's still not going to get back there. Even though he has his redemption, they not going to put their chips back in that. I don't think ever again. So I think he would have been bigger had he not been messing around. You think he would
have had more crossover opportunities if that
well, he'll always have those. I don't think his crossover opportunity, I think that, what are you talking about, musically?
Anything.
Well, I'm talking specifically musically. I think any artist in any genre, if he wants to do it, they're going to be down to do that. I don't think that ever fell out. Yes, it did. Because I remember when T-Pain took him off a song that was already on the radio. Freeze, I think it was.
Wait, he took him off that song?
Yeah, Freeze was on the radio. Dance like me. That was going strong. They had the video. Then this happened. And I heard T-Pain talked about it. He said they were threatening to pull the song because they didn't want nothing to do with Chris Brown.
Right.
So he gave them a version without Chris on it.
Really?
To keep the song going.
Really?
Yes.
I did not know that. And I love that song too. I did not know that.
Yeah. So there was a time where, he was untouchable. Well, he was untouchable because he was the man.
Right.
But then once he fell, he was untouchable because people was like, well, I got to keep working. And that's when there was a lot of behind the scenes. It was like, yo, Chris, I got your back, but yo, I can't fuck with you in public because you got the plague, brother. And that was real conversations. So
dang. Okay. So back to remix. So I have Whitney Houston's "I Will Always Love You" at the top of my list. Because that song because that song was so good, he didn't even know it was a cover. You had to actually research that to find out it was a cover.
Say, I am so glad that she redid my song. What she said, I swear I heard her say that. She's like, that song was made for her. She's like, I wrote it. It's my song, but that was made for her, and I'm getting paid. I said, you better. You better. I know that's right.
That song, that Whitney sung the mess out that song.
Yes, she did.
It's a staple of Whitney Houston songs.
Only other song that I like better from Whitney's. I mean, that is her staple song.
Right. That's her.
There's one I like better. It's I have nothing, nothing.
Yeah.
Cause when I'm telling you that key change, I said, take it out, Jesus, take me now. Take me now.
Can you imagine being in that studio with Whitney?
I would have cried, bro.
Bro.
I would have been in there.
And you know she did that in like one take. Like straight up, no mess ups. Just,
I'm telling you, she wasn't on the crack yet. Oh,
man.
damn.
Man, I would have loved to just be not even in there. Like, let me be a fly on the wall just so I could see Whitney perform that song in the studio.
Well, Whitney could only perform in the studio. Whitney ain't had no live show. Yeah, she could sing live, but she couldn't move. She stood there and just sang, and it was the most boring thing you ever saw. She can sing.
Yeah.
See, but I don't think now, again, not my age bracket or anything like that, but I don't know if Whitney could really pull. I guess I got to see a Whitney show. I can't really say that.
I don't even remember a Whitney show like that, like a live show. Like I don't remember like Whitney having like any live show moments like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I can't.
That's quick. It looks like the battery's trying to die.
Oh no. Okay.
It's still going.
Okay.
All right. So I had that on mine too.
Mm-hmm.
I have "Who's Loving You" by the Jackson 5.
That was the cover?
Hell yeah, it was a cover from Smokey Robinson.
Did Smokey
wrote
it?
that.
But it wasn't a cover though.
They covered him. So Smokey wrote it and Smokey performed the song. The Miracles did "Who's Loving You."
They did.
That was their song. Then that's the thing about Motown is a lot of their songs are just recycled through.
Right.
But Smokey was one of the writers for Motown. And they had done that song, released it was out. Then the Jackson 5 did it, and it blew up. And Smokey be talking, people today be talking about, because Smokey still does live shows. And he does that because it's his song.
Right.
And people be like, oh, you doing that Jackson 5 song? He's like, actually, I wrote that and released it before the Jackson 5 were even out.
I did not even know that.
Yes. But Michael sang that motherfucker.
Oh, yeah. He sung the mess out that song. And this was young Michael, too.
Young Michael. Hey, is that screen still on? Because the battery's low. The camera, Megan. The camera. Okay. Did you bring? Oh, thank you.
Okay. So, second on my list is Intro's version of Ribbon in the Sky from Stevie Wonder. Like, I love Stevie. Don't get it twisted. I love Stevie Wonder. But that damn cover from them brothers on that album, whenever I make a 90s R&B playlist, that has to be on there. It has to be on there.
I don't know if it
like,
has.
just listen to it, bro. Just listen to it.
I did. Here's the thing. Like I was saying earlier, instrumentation, I loved it actually more, which is weird because Stevie's a piano player. But the instrumentation on their version, I loved. It was very smooth and vibey. But the voice, I prefer Stevie's over his. So for that reason, I'm gonna have to go with Stevie.
You just an old ass nigga that just like old ass singers.
But how about his voice isn't as good? It could be that. Could be, Whatever. And the last one I got, and really this one's a tie. Because I was talking mess at first. Killing Me Softly, the Fujis, okay? Now, that's a cover from Roberta Flack.
Right.
And I was just like, oh, theirs is the better version. Then I had to stop and say, I don't know if I ever heard Roberta Flack's version. So I should stop and listen to it before I talk noise. And I turned it on. And I got to tell you, it's a whole vibe. Now, again, another situation where I like Lauryn Hill's voice a little better than Roberta Flack's, but the way that Roberta just vibes, the Fugees version is more of a bop for Killing Me Softly, but Roberta Flack is more how you said, get your little glass of Hennessy, sitting in that chair by the fire or whatever you doing. It's grown folk.
That song is a smooth glass of Hennessy on the rocks.
Yeah, so
just smooth. That's
what I'm thinking on that.
Yeah, third, my last pick is Lately by Jodeci.
Jodeci will never be on any list for me.
Time all the way the fuck out. What did you say?
I said it.
What the fuck did you say?
Jodeci can't sing. I'm sick of this.
This will be the last episode of the Say It Loud podcast.
Listen.
That's black blasphemy right now. You are speaking blasphemy. Hold on. Time out. You done fucked around and woke up the beast right now. You mean to tell me Jodeci ain't on any of your list at all?
I like some Jodeci stuff. Okay, so I'm half cat, but like I love "Come and Talk to Me." I like certain parts of that song. There's I Actually, I might like the whole song, but there are certain things that stand out on Jodeci as a group that I'm just like, you know what? All of your stuff can kind of go that way. When they do things like, ooh, yeah, I just.
Ooh, yeah.
No.
Casey, JoJo,
And did you hear
Devontae,
them when they
Dalvin.
was in the studio?
Ooh, yeah.
When older, but they was in the studio when they were singing, but they took the music out and just had them.
Bro, that's not a look.
Them niggas was what? Ooh, yeah.
Hold on. Time
Yeah.
out. Look. Okay. That's a prime example of how you get older and your voice don't follow you. I totally get it.
But I said that about Whitney, and you was like, I was talking blasphemy. When she got the crack on the chords, it didn't work.
No, I'll double back on that. I totally agree with you. But if you look at Jodeci's first, all their music, bro, like really, no list at all. None?
Probably on something. But I'm saying I hate the way that my black people talk about Jodeci as if they was the best musical group of the 90s. They weren't. They are not. They could hardly sing. They had swag and style, absolutely.
Hardly sing?
Hardly. That means a little bit.
Hold on. Casey can hardly sing back in his prime. JoJo can hardly sing in his prime. And they're the two of the main. They're the only singers in the group.
Two.
All right, so look, so them two,
Calvin and Donovan, is that their names?
Donovan,
Donald, whatever.
This nigga said Donovan. So you mean to tell me Casey and JoJo are like not? Are they even top 20 for you?
Don't say top anything when it comes to them. But
that's
Casey and JoJo,
disrespectful.
Casey and JoJo and Jodeci. That's fucked. I referred to them like that. Jodeci. They have a couple songs I like. Like I said, I'm not going to fully cap. They have a couple songs I like, but they are not on any like high music level for me at all. I'm sorry. Now it is catchy. Come and talk to me.
I really wanna meet you
again and talk to you,
Ooh,
baby.
girl.
But then they do shit like that, and I'll be like, ugh. No. All right.
You're capping right now.
I've only capped a little, and I'm taking it off now.
I can't believe you. I'm gonna bring this up to the National Black Association of Black Cards because your black card is coming into question, sir.
So?
I'm taking this up with the board, sir.
All right. Well, we're going to call that an episode on today. We will check y'all next week, man. We need y'all to leave comments on all the things that we asked.
Like, share, subscribe to the YouTube channel. Check out the merch. Support us.
Please.
Leave us comments. Leave us Facebook messages on the Facebook page.
Give us topics.
Whatever y'all got to do. Give us topics, suggestions. Because this is not just our podcast. No. This is for y'all. We want y'all to have some input, too.
And if Mike Todd decides to spit on your face, what you going to do about it?
He going to move?
Or you going to take that blessing straight to the eyes?
Hell no.
All right, we'll check y'all next week.
Check
Later.
y'all next week.
Unacceptable.
This nigga said Jodeci on top of nothing. How the
fuck
dare you?
Absolutely not.
How the fuck